You're watching Horror News Network. Stephanie with ComicMonsters.com, and I'm here with Cullen Bunn. Hey, Cullen, how are you doing?
I'm good, doing well.
I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Harrow County.
Sure.
And this is a great comic. Congratulations, you were Writer of the Year for the ComicMonsters.com
Horror
Comic
guys.
Awards.
Thank you.
Best ongoing series. Everybody is loving Harrow County.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about the comic and what's going on in it right now?
Yeah, so, if you haven't read for people who haven't read the comic, it's sort of a gothic horror fairy tale set in 1930s South, North Carolina. And it's about a girl who, on the eve of her 18th birthday, discovers that she's connected to these ghosts and creatures that live out in the dark places in the woods and old abandoned tobacco barns and things like that. And she's connected to them in a really big way, and it kind of changes her life. I mean, she becomes this center of supernatural power in this town, or in this county, and in this town. And as we've gone forward, we kind of keep expanding on her mythology. We started kind of real small, and we keep building and building. We realize now in the arc I'm working on right now, so I think it'll be the fifth arc of the series, or fourth arc of the series. We're really introducing a family, so she's not by herself. There's an entire cast of these really strange beings that are connected to her and are at least calling themselves her family. So we're really going to be diving deep into her history, where she came from, how she has these really strange abilities, and we've got a big story planned for the series as a whole.
Very cool, very cool. And so, do you have a Halloween Comic Fest book coming out all the time?
Yeah. So at Halloween Comic Fest, which is they bring it's sort of like Free Comic Book Day, only around Halloween. There are these. Comic shops all over the country will be participating, but there is going to be a special Harrow County #1, a reissue of it with a new cover from Tyler Crook that's coming out. So it's kind of a great little collector's piece if you're into the series, because it's an awesome cover he's done, a very Halloween themed cover. And then, but also if you've never tried the series, it's a great way to try the series for the first time.
Yeah, and I would definitely recommend everybody try this series if you're not reading it.
Me too.
What about the sci-fi show that's going to come out for Harrow County?
Yeah, so they're definitely it's one of those things. They've kept me super involved in the scripting stage, and they've Becky Kirsch, who's writing the show, has really been very engaged with it. It's not just one of the things where she's gotten she's been handed a project, she's not familiar with it. She really loves the comic, and she's working hard on not just the script for the pilot episode, but like she's outlined a several season TV series. I mean, she has big plans for the series, and it's one of those things. It's when they announced that we're going to do it, I was a little nervous, because you never know if it's going to change your book too much, and there are changes in the TV series, but it's so true to the spirit of the comic. It doesn't bother me at all. I think people who read the comic will love the show. I think people who watch the show, that's their first exposure, can find the comic and will really like it too. So.
Very cool, very cool. So, anything you can tell us about the future of Harrow County?
Yeah, well, Tyler Crook and I, we have an ending in mind for the series, and we are moving towards that ending. It's a little. There's a little bit of wiggle room. We don't have necessarily an ending issue, but it is definitely not a series that will go on forever. We want to bring it to a good conclusion for and be a very satisfying read when you're done with it. Like I said, we're doing some things right now. We're introducing. Emmy has this family of characters who are coming in, and in the next around issue 18, 19, there's going to be a big shakeup for Emmy. So she early on she found out she has this big connection to this witch that lived in Harrow County, decades earlier. But we're going to find out around 18, 19, there's an even bigger change for her. A big revelation coming her way that will really shake things up.
That sounds great. Well, thank you so much for talking to us today. We really appreciate it.
Glad to do it.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching Horror News Network.